Welcome back. WeArEuS and this. This so happens to be the Thaumaturge. A quick aside for any of you who are following the playthrough of Wukong. There was no episode yesterday. And if you've been following that, you know that. I ran into some trouble, so there obviously won't be a video. There should be. Can't necessarily promise this because I wasted like 40 minutes just now instead of just getting straight to recording. There may be a makeup video on Thursday. We will see how things play out. So, last episode we solved a murder. I found myself surprised. Murderer died. Didn't feel all that much about it. I think it was a pretty good day. So what do we get into now? Wait. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and go do some main story stuff. And then we'll fall off track and get distracted again after. Hold on. Hunting crop. A writing crop with a mahogany handle. A mahogany-colored handle, autumn leaves, a fox's bushy tail among the trees. The memory of autumn hunts is covered by dark clouds. Once, every expedition was exciting, but now they've become routine. Yet, he must keep doing them to retain his place in the Count's circle of friends. Let's make sure there's nothing else out here, making a mockery of my detecting skills. Or skills, since it's literally just the one thing we spam. You know, I keep thinking this is like Wukong and pressing the analog stick in order to sprint, because this is taking too long. He may as well be walking, he's going so slow.
Shut up, Snake. Did you think we wouldn't find out?
I'm sorry. All I wanted was him to go faster. You didn't have to call me a snake. I'm sensitive. I mean, I just had ice cream, so I'm feeling pretty good, but...
Gotta shut the door. Garbage blew in.
I'm sorry. Why is everyone calling me names? Oh, this is bad. And if any of them get attacked, I get a random ailment for free. Wunderbar. Okay. There's only one guy here that doesn't have a trait. The two guys up front, I'm assuming, have a trait that is going to reduce the amount of... what's the word? Nothing. I don't have it. Impact on focus. That's it. Focus was the word. That was predictable given how low... Well, this is not how I expected things to start. Actions concealed. How? Well, let's be honest. It never made sense in the first place that we knew what they would do before they did it. But the fact that it's been that way this entire time and now all of a sudden the enemy can be hush-hush about it, I find that nonsensical. So, what to do? I would really rather have this for the next round. The plan was to inflict suffering on one of these two guys up front, but that appears to just not be a thing we can do. And any attempt to drain their focus is not going to turn out well. Or just not going to turn out at all, frankly. But like I was saying, I wanted to inflict suffering on one of these guys in order to be able to apply, well, to be able to reduce their focus at all. Since I currently only I have two ways to reduce focus by more than one. The first requires suffering. The other is the follow-up to old wounds here, which allows me to, I think it reduces, can I check? No. I'm just going to assume not. Not old wounds, it's this one. The follow-up to diversion. I have something attached to the follow-up for this that also reduces an extra amount of focus, but I'm pretty sure the follow-up reduces 2 on its own. I don't know what to do here. Because if we use Old Wound for these guys' turn, well, let's say for next round, I won't have it for round 3 when the guys in back, well, unload their silly little rifles at me. And that is a bit of a problem. I can interrupt their attack, but that just gets me dumpstered, assuming we can actually apply it with the Velas. Let's say we did this, and then... I'm not sure about this. I mean, yeah, I might be able to... If it would kill him, it would say so by indicating it with a skull and then a percentage next to it on his health bar. The Bukovac is pretty much useless aside from being able to remove a trait until someone is low health. I don't really have a means to do that quickly, I realize. I can stall, but that's not beneficial here. And I can only stall 2 of them, assuming it works. Not that one. That one and... I'm going to have to use the Lelek in order to get rid of the status effects, but I'd really prefer to have these guys in front dead first. Wait. Unpredictability. Oh, so that's what that is. Okay, so I was expecting status effects, but instead, we just can't see what they're going to do. Oh, he just dies. Let's go with that. Oh, well, that's silly. I was accidentally on concussion. He does not die. Oh, and he ate a focus point. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Problem is, I'm willing to bet by... I don't know about the gunman. Well, I am worried that I might end up having no focus whatsoever. I'm not worried about that guy. Instead... No, we're going to do this. Okay, I can have the Bukovac execute the guy on the left in the front, so I can ignore him until his turn is going to be current. So what do I want to do? The oop here, huh? Might actually be... What if I did this? Will it? Yeah. So all at once. So all at once, it stripped his resistance, his trait, and took the focus point all at the same time. Good. Also, I was right. The follow-up, diversion, actually does reduce it by 2. That's really good. It sounds so cool when the Bukovac comes out. It's just... Oh, it sounds so creepy. So this guy is dead on his turn. What do we do to him? Do we stall until he gets his turn, or... No, we can just kill him right now. Then we only have 2 problems left. Oh, 3 problems. We have 1 focus point left. That's not great. We have 1 focus. I need more. Thing is, I don't know how hard these guys are going to hit. And dealing with him would be more of a problem than it's worth. So... I'd get the hit off, but I wouldn't be able to use Old Wound. And it wouldn't really benefit me that much anyway. I'd only have 4. An attack from one of them. And an attack from one of them would take all 4 of those, and then I'd be... I don't remember the name of the state you wind up in when you lose all of your focus. And here I'm also hoping that these guys' attacks don't just take focus for free like the guys in front who are now on the floor. So, you wonder what our first move is going to be. We gamble. We got 1. Oh, hey, look, I'm below 6 focus, so, hopefully we get the maximum damage on this, and we didn't. Oh, hey. That is unfortunate for you, bud. Inflict 1,001 damage to your enemies. I mean, I have to read it out. The goddamn audio played. I also can't look at this thing's follow-up, which annoys me. I'm not worried because the Veles is going to come through, isn't he? He's going to come through. Ah, well. Well, I don't like that he gets a turn, but I don't think he will. Then again, we've had much worse odds occur. So he got one. Although, I will say, he did not do very much damage. Maybe he... No. If they did mean to do more damage... I don't know. From the look of it, I apparently could have just taken the freaking shot from them in the first place and not have been at... and not ended up at 1. But that, it depends on how much they were actually going to deal damage for, in terms of focus, I mean. They may have ended up doing, they may have been supposed to do, yeah, it's weirdly structured, but that's actually correct. They may have been, I don't like it. It's possible they were meant to do more focus damage with that shot, but I only had the one, so they got all they could out of it. Why'd you walk all the way over here? I guess because their bodies are there.
No vad doigrałeś. If you hadn't shown up here. I need a moment. Leave me.
What? No. Wait. Oh, right.
Forgive me.
Yeah, I forgot the whole clues. Svetlana's letters. A bundle of letters from the Russian ambassador in Vienna. They contain criticism of the empire. The letters are covered with the hoarfrost of cold calculation. Its flowers blossom in a pattern on the sheets of paper, expressing a thought as clear as a shard of ice. Hand over the letters to a superior. Put a noose around the traitor's neck. Accept a promotion. Be appreciated. For once. I meant to close the door, not snap my fingers again. Attacker's wallet. In the wallet of one of the attackers, I found the idea of an Okrana officer. The attackers, I may be able to use the document for my own purposes. Attacker's hat. Threadbare, but clean. The hat smells of a freshly printed tabloid. It boils with curiosity about the Sophia Scallon scandal. That is too many S's with ska sounds. Nope, just too many. Because, after all, might Rumanseva reveal a... Might Rumyan's... That is extremely foreign for my tongue. Rumyan Seva. Seva? Similar. Reveal a bit of information during the interrogation. Information that could be passed on to Governor General Scallon and thus garner his favor. Conclusion. The attack on Svetlana. The Okrana officers came for Sophia Scallon, but stayed because of Svetlana's letters. Showing the correspondence to the authorities would have meant the noose for the aristocrat, bringing the officers one step closer to their coveted promotions. So long as they kept climbing that career ladder, the cost didn't matter. Hey, it rhymes. How terrible. Is there anything in the chest? No, it's not that kind of game.
Da.
Don't you da me.
Why are the Okrana after you?
Evidently, they got tired of sending threatening letters. Or maybe it's because my last WeArEuS ended with a scandal about the Governor General's daughter. I think they're looking for someone to blame.
But you had nothing to do with what happened to Sophia.
She was being
I know,
skanky.
but how can you be sure?
Her behavior definitely was not my fault. She came here that way.
I strongly believe that a person is innocent until proven guilty.
Of course. So, we're at an impasse. What do you propose?
Well, I was going to say sloppy sex, but then I remembered that she'd been doing that with his father, and no.
I came to pick you up. You'll be safe with my associate.
What associate? Where?
In Pavansky, the neighborhood, not the cemetery.
Victor, I need to flee the country. Do you understand? Will you help me?
Calm your tits. God dang, pride's too low.
Agreed. How precisely am I supposed to help you?
Ensure me with a safe departure from Warsaw and transportation to Vienna with all necessary discretion.
I can arrange that. Until then, you can stay at the Nadarzyńskis. You'll be safe there.
Thank you, Victor. Can we go now?
I've been trying to go, but you've been wanting to do otherwise.
Come on, I'll hail you a carriage.
Wait, my travel chest. I never go anywhere without it. I'd feel safer if you rode with me to the Nadarzyńskis.
If I'm going to help you, I first have to visit the place where a friendship was born and more than one hope died, where the gods of chaos lounge amid the absinthe fumes.
Что?
I need to go to the London bar.
Just hurry, please.
So I really didn't expect things to descend. You know, wherever I go, I want to say wherever I go, people end up dead. And it's not necessarily wrong, but it also isn't exactly correct, because I don't really think the people I'm fighting die. I mean, yeah, okay. Some of them we end up shooting if they have a gun. But it doesn't make sense. Like, either we use the gun all the time and therefore we would be killing them, or we just punch them all the time and therefore not be. So it's really weird. It's really freaking weird that I can't tell if we're just beating people unconscious or not. How am I supposed to be proud of myself if they're only unconscious? I'm checking my KD ratio, and it's not looking too good. At the very least, my KD ratio is as confused as I am.
A few days, Mr. Digits. A few days. You see this guy?
Mr. Nedges, I'll pay it back, I swear. They're running tomorrow at Mokotów racetrack. I'll win. Deal?
We had one as long as you paid your dues.
I'm begging you.
Quit your bawling. You'll get tear stains on my rug. It's Persian. You look tired. Want a coffee?
Always glad for a coffee. Can I interrupt you for a second? I'm in a rush.
I'm just sorting something out with this cow face here who doesn't pay on time. Where should we start? Teeth or knees?
Please, don't let him. I only owe 12 rubles.
I'm not covering this weirdo's debt. He's a gambling addict and clearly doesn't know when to stop. Let this be a lesson to him.
You'll make it up to me. Every kopieka.
Yes, I'll repay it all. Thank you, Mr. Nijit.
We're not saying goodbye yet. The boys will take you to stage 2 of our little chat.
Good.
Get him out of here. So, how'd you take it?
He's going to learn today.
Black or cream and sugar?
Black, strong, no sugar.
Tell me what brings you here.
There's a certain woman who would like to disappear from Warsaw. Conventional transportation isn't an option.
What exactly do you mean by disappear?
I'm looking for safe and discreet transportation to Vienna. On the double quick.
Sadly, the shifts can't help. That's not our line. Passport policy is a nightmare, and smuggling will get you the news. Not worth it. But I know a man, Javier something or other. Although finding him might be tricky.
You know anything more about this Javier fellow?
He's a legend. He smuggled socialists, contraband. Recently, he hid 7 kilos of TNT inside biographies on Scowan.
Why is he so hard to find?
Because he's the best at what he does.
You know where I can find him?
Thank the gods of chaos that you've got a great buddy like me. There are rumors going around that Javier's staying on one of the boats on the river. It's called the Malenka. I'd start there.
Thanks. I'll head off.
Not so fast. Have you been to Powiśle since you got back from your travels?
Haha, we just came from there, didn't we? Yeah.
Yes, as it happens. A rather unique neighborhood. Fishermen, porters, and craftsmen, all trying to make ends meet.
Is that all you've noticed?
More or less.
Stuff goes on there that make your blood curdle. The locals can't stand outsiders and protect their own. Don't go around grilling random people.
Thanks. I can handle it from here.
Your coffee.
That reminds me. We saw a salutor there. Lady in the river. I don't remember. He said her name, but I don't. That was more than 2 episodes. Well, not more than. Yeah, it was the episode before last. So I have no idea what that is. That's so many days. No, we definitely didn't. No, I'm pretty sure. Huh. So we found the killer in Powiśle, but not the salutor that was causing people to be apathetic. So she's still roaming around out there, making people say that terrible, terrible saying. And there's nothing I can do about it, apparently. She's just going to hang out there. I'm pretty sure I can get her. No. Go ahead. You just finish up. I have to go back to Pavishle. Pavishla, my mistake. I wonder what would happen if I were to go back down here and try to find her. Just real quick. Oh, I didn't realize I could have. Oh, I missed that because last episode while I was recording I had to stop, I think, to get groceries or something, maybe. Whatever it was that interrupted me. GeForce Now closed, so I had to reopen it. Thankfully there was an autosave, and so I had to come back. I didn't have to go very far. I was like right here after we saw the salutor. But I didn't come over here and pick this thing up. We're probably waiting for news from the guy. Pella something? About what's going to happen to the artist. I don't remember his name. It had a J in it somewhere.
Excuse me, officer.
What do you mean, not allowed? Sergeant Kadash, folks gotta work there, feed their families.
We're conducting an operation.
More like farting around. My taxpayer rubles are paying for you to chow down on herring. Let me through to the wharf.
And what are you here for?
He said, completely ignoring the other guy. Hey! That's pretty good.
Sergeant Kadash, I'm here on official business.
Of course. Boys, let this gent through. Well, ain't they all chummy? What about us?
I pressed the wrong button to open the door. I'm good at this. I promise. I mean, didn't you see that fight? It started out so unfortunately. I mean, it wasn't that bad. We lost what? Like less than 20 HP? And I think we only actually got hit. Nope, we got hit 4 times. See, I thought I came out of that cooler than I actually did, but nope. Blood-stained bandages. The sloppily thrown aside bandages bear traces of blood. The bandages were wrapped around healthy, strong, uninjured hands and only later got soaked in blood. The blood of an opponent who got his face punched in, losing several teeth in the process. Bed. Sheets are strewn about carelessly. The sheets bear traces of passion. Grody. Snuff box. A snuff box with coca leaves. It's an indispensable aid that someone can't do without. One's hand is instinctively guided toward the snuff box for support before any planned physical exertion. Before a fight, when one needs a vigorous boost, or in the bedroom, when the situation calls for equally vigorous stimulation. Punching bag. A battered handmade punching bag. Looks sturdy. 1, 2, 1, 2. Drops of sweat trickle down his head, irritated by thought. Blows fall to their rhythm, precision, eagerness, and the readiness to improvise. The blows struck with gloves left a clear trace on the bag. It is the force of a rushing river, the unpredictability of a flood, and the joy of the first drops of spring rain. Scattered clothes. The scattered clothes suggest someone lives here. Clothes thrown from the shoulders like ballast lie in various nooks and crannies of the lodgings, waiting for someone to pick them up and put them on again, dirty and crumpled as they are. Whoever lives here doesn't exactly keep it spick and span. And thus the conclusion we draw regards Javier's barge. Javier has created a veritable bachelor's den for himself on the barge. This is where he lives, trains hard, celebrates victories in the company of women, or has them console him after losses. It seems that his life revolves around fighting. I should look around the neighborhood for a sports club or a ring.
Enough of this Narishkit. Say who you are and what you're doing on my turf.
Define turf. See if he's here for the salutor that I happen to want now. This place does not belong to him. He cannot claim this. He cannot claim the salutor until he has her. She is no one's, and therefore...
First, show yourself, coward.
You're in no position to raise your voice.
You did it, though.
It's better that way. We can talk as equals.
What are you making such a gavolt for? What do you want?
Your salutor. I don't know him.
He's a demok. He looks around for lost souls who don't know better and go where they shouldn't.
Terrifying. I'm looking for Javier.
What for?
Let's say I need his services urgently.
Is that all? I took you for someone else. I can introduce you to Javier. You interested?
I know Javier likes to fight, so should we head to the boxing ring?
Something like that. I see you've sniffed out what you can. Shall we?
Who did you take me for earlier?
Nothing of interest to you. Internal neighborhood affairs.
That's all? No extra conditions or requests?
Tongue of a devil, heart of an angel. That's me.
Good enough.
Lead the way. You sure changed your tune quickly.
Welcome to Povishla. Fighting first, hugging later. WeArEuS. Stick with me and they won't touch a hair on your head. Just don't come on Saturdays.
Yeah, I
Welcome
can't
to the
promise that.
dungeon, a mecca of gambling and violence. You see the box above the ring? I'll wait there. Make yourself comfortable. Put a bet on the fight. And come find me.
Javier's fight list.
Place your bets, ladies and gents. Don't miss the chance to earn some dough. How about a bet?
You bet.
I'd like to bet on the fight.
On Boschik or on everybody else?
I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
Who's fighting?
You're awful twitchy. You want a spree or angling to rat us out? Who let you in here?
I came with Ariel Rofe.
If you're with Ariel, it's all hunky-dory. You're in our dungeon here, gent. No rules, no restraints. That's how we play around here. But you was asking who's fighting. Our pride and joy. A real canny lad from right here in Povishla. Barshchik.
And in the other corner?
Everybody who wants to take him on. All of them against one. Sort of a local tradition. So, you betting there, ain't you?
I'd like to bet on the fight.
On Barshchik or on everybody else?
Well, based on the sense we got from Javier's bed, he's probably feeling pretty loosey-goosey right now, so...
I'll bet a ruble on everybody else.
Whatever you say.
You take IOUs?
Sure, why not? Get writing.
Brochure.
Excuse me, are you ladies fighting here?
Yep, Bessie and Alice Gordon from Buffalo Bills. There a problem?
No, not at all. I'm wondering how you ended up here.
Getting even. We got a score to settle.
He wasn't talking to you,
Sure do.
cousin Id.
Barstick. That fucker was going with me for a while. Only he didn't mention.
He was dating me, too.
We're gonna jog his memory. American style.
With violence.
I see. Good luck in the fight.
It's nice to see she brought her pet along. So let's see. Not that way. That looks like it'd be a problem.
You're fretting, Ariel. His hips are fine.
Shouldn't you be at home right now with your husband?
And you, what are you doing here?
Oh, that's...
Meet
okay.
Victor Shulsky. He has business with Javier, and he'll do anything to meet him.
Anything?
Anything. Victor is a thaumaturge. It might make for a fantastic main attraction. What do you think?
Sorry, what?
What?
A magician in the ring? Yeah.
Looks like I'm going to be making some money.
I can fight, but afterward, I'm going to want to talk business with Javier.
That can be done.
All right.
Yeah, I like him. Señoras y señores, a slight change of plans. I won't be fighting. I know. Barschek is the best. But listen. Marcel and his brothers-in-law versus a son of Shurmishya, a swell, a magician, Victor Shulsky. Don't embarrass me.
Okay, Papa. I still don't want to spend any thaumaturge points. So we've got someone that heals. He doesn't go for forever, though. Ooh, that's not great. Counterattack prep. And counterattack prep. Loop here. Immune to negative states. I might not be able to do anything about the counterattack prep. So instead, I'll go on the defense. Right. God dang it. I tried to inflict this guy with suffering, completely forgetting that I read multiple times now that he can't be hit with status effects until his trait is disabled. But like a Doomkopf, I tried anyway. Thusly, we find ourselves here. He took no damage. There should be no counterattack. Counterattack prep, and then this guy with bash. We can do this, and then 27. 26 lowers everyone's focus. We like that. Has a 70% chance to just kill him. Yeah, I want suffering on everyone. Just stole some flesh off the back of the guy's neck. %33% chance to just kill him. Yeah, I'll do it. And then execute Order 66. Yep, got the kill. Velez, huh? You know what? I think I will. Let's see. Now he gets no turn. Let's see, how do we do this? Actually, it should go off before this guy gets his turn. It should, right? Yeah. Yeah. Also, just in case. Yeah. That's right. Down, boy. What do you guys think? Was that good? Was that good?
They love to hate you. That's all right, too.
Give them time. Does Victor deserve the neighborhood's respect? Maybe the chicos from Fifth Alley will make mincemeat out of him. You can do it, Victor.
Let's get on with it. Who's next?
Risk and risk. Superb. Well, this one's going to be harder. Their damage reduction isn't as high as I'm used to, but This is really not great. And we're going to lose 9 focus this turn. Or eventually, anyway. Okay. So we have a lot of time before they act. 3 turns, in fact. Who do we even go for? How do we do this? That's the fellas. Ooh. I don't like terror. Could make something happen here, but we have to play it very carefully. See, I forgot the part where we could use the Lelek's deceptive song in order to protect us against status effects while taking focus from them. And so I could have had both of these guys risk, what is it? It doesn't have a descriptor. The risk effect go off and no effect be transferred to us. They have to have something up their sleeves for when we run out of focus. And I don't have a really good way of restoring it right now. It's on this. Nope, no dice. Oh, it's 2 wonderful stacks of fear. Nice. You shouldn't have, really. Now I no longer have them. This is going to suck, though. And now they're going to... Yep. Not that one. This guy. Breakbone. He loses... No. And then we can have the Bukovac clean this guy up. That's 2 that we've got cleaned up. Frankly, do we even need to waste the Vukovac on this guy? I mean, I don't think we do. You could literally throw anything. Oh, yeah, you're right. We could... Wrong one. Have him kill you, and then we try to go for the interrupt. I didn't stop to think about any alternatives. I bet the farm. Well, I need him to have suffering either way, so... This'll hurt a bit, but it's fine. Now it's all going to hurt really, really badly. 50% to reduce, and a 17% chance that he kills him outright. So what's going to happen there is the two stacks of suffering are going to go off on him. I don't remember when they go off. Do they go off? No, that has to be after my turn. Before his turn moves up into, well, being the current round. But I still get a turn. Vukovac is eating good tonight. Also, he doesn't get a turn. Oh, so good. And then he just dies of a heart attack.
Straight from America. They box like a whirlwind and kiss like a dream. The Gordon sisters.
Oh, crap.
Fucker.
I didn't do
Try
this.
not to get them even more damn riled up. I'm only here for professional purposes.
A professional ass-kicking.
Looks like somebody wants the One Ring back.
So be it. Let's fight.
Well, bad news for her is she's only going to get a ringing in her ears. I was trying to set up a really good joke there. Or the pun, at the very least. No dice. Vukovac and Upir. I'm less than concerned about their traits, though. She only gets 4, she gets 4 as well. Yeah, that's nothing. What is she planning to do? Cast a state on your allies for 5 rounds, speeding up the queued skill by 1 round. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, right, she's got risks, so we have to swap to the Lelik. Frankly, I don't even have to attack her, but she's the really annoying one. Well, she's trying to buff the other woman. See, pets are good. They take care of their owners. Hopefully this works. I would rather she not act. Dang it. And the other woman's turn is going to be oh, not now. Weird. I guess it's because it was already active and it only takes effect when they choose a new action. I need suffering inflicted on her. I don't care about the trait, but I do need that suffering. And I'll go after the Bukovac and get the extra focus reduction. For the next turn, it becomes a little squirrely, because what I want to do is stop both of them, honestly, from getting a turn, but if necessary, just one of them. And the best way to do that would be to use the follow-up diversion. Even though it only has a 50% chance to proc the additional effect. No, even then that wouldn't... Oh, it would work because I'd get the 2 for now. I think it makes more sense to play it smart. Yeah. And frankly, I prefer if their turns stay together. So what do we do? Screw it. I want to get her out of here. I don't want her buffing the girl again when this effect wears off. Let's put it on her. Doom wouldn't go off. Sure, why not? Good, only a little bit of damage to my focus. Wait, then we could just swap to the Lelik, and could we... Yes. No turn for you. And I get to do it again. Who's there? Ah, no dice. It wore off, so we managed to stall it out for 4 turns. She's done. And she will never see a turn completed ever again. Get down, dog. She hit what? That was supposed to knock her. What? It was counting the freaking suffering effect. I forgot about it. Well, like a good dog, she's down on the ground. Yeah, let's do that. No turn for you. I have no negative states. The Bukovac shouldn't get its turn before I do. Never mind.
Shit. How much more?
Come on, smile. Bueno, that's enough for him. Come on, you deserve it. Did you see him? Not such a weak chico after all.
How do you feel?
Mainly, I feel cheated, Senor Javier.
Come on.
Javier Sanchez Villaconejito Ramirez. Good to meet a friend of WeArEuS. Tell me, gringo, how can Javier help you today?
I need a smuggler.
I know, Mago. Say what you need me to smuggle.
Who? One lady needs to discreetly leave the Russian partition and get to Vienna.
For how much?
She can afford it. Let's just say she's quite far up in high society.
A rich chica wants to go to Vienna? Well, I don't know.
I'm sure somebody is looking for this Klafter. Otherwise, she'd get on a train.
If they catch us, it's la muerte para nuestros amigos.
However, fortune favors chutzpah after all.
Al diablo. The river giveth, the river taketh away. Vámonos.
So, what's now?
Now go get the lady, and we'll meet at Port Praga at night. But tell that Klafter of yours that it ain't gonna be a tea party.
Adios.
I suddenly want scrambled eggs. It's on me, and now I want it on you. You feel that feeling in your mouth, that your saliva glands suddenly working? You're feeling it now, aren't you? Welcome to my current state of being. The world would be a better place if we all practiced restraint. Javier wouldn't have gotten himself into the affair with the Gordon sisters. The sister and her pet golem wouldn't have wanted to bludgeon him to death, and I wouldn't be in the ring as his stand-in. And what do we have instead? Pain. Nice. Hold up. Boxing gloves. I don't remember how it was pronounced. The name has been embroidered around the wrists. A clear trace of thoughts can be seen on the gloves. Sometimes they're violent and sometimes they're gentle, like the current of a river. Familiar trace. The trace on the boxing gloves is the same one I found on the punching bag on the barge. I have no idea why I would actually need this. Okay, so there's probably a way to piss off the Ariel so that he doesn't bring you along and get you into this whole mess where you have to fight 3 waves of people. Thankfully, they restored my health. If it was just people walking in after the others fell, no way we would have made it through. Well, I mean, I have healing, but it's not great. And the one that could be is a gamble. I didn't read about that trace, by the way. The illegal fighting star. He suffers from a serious hip injury, but that's just one of his secrets. The trace on his gloves is identical to the one I found on the barge. Javier is he is Javier. Ruff's trying to make me look like a fool. There was no one who didn't know who he was. Not one person watching this video saw him and thought, I wonder where Javier is right now. No one. Oh, by the way.
I've come to collect my money.
Hey, why are you jerking me around here? You want to bet on yourself?
I didn't know I'd be fighting.
Yeah.
That's no excuse. I ain't paying. Now scram.
I'm sorry, but that gets a bookie stabbed in my book. I don't know how I don't get to stab this guy. Or at least stab him with... have Oop here stab him and then run through his pockets. Gently caressing the insides and their contents, and then making the insides contents my pockets contents. Well, what can you do? As we run out, well, looking like we have to poop. Or at the very least pee really badly. There's no way on earth if I had the ability that I would have let that guy get away with not paying me. Yeah, I didn't know I'd be put in the ring. Pay me. You gotta show. I mean, technically No, I'm pretty sure he still profits though, right? Because people bet on the others. What? What? So, I took Javier's place. So that means technically I lost money on that, but I should have been paid the money that would have been paid out for Javier winning. I smell kneecaps that need breaking, but, that's just me.
Hold it, Tempermancer, for I am White Roman.
That is good for you, buddy.
You are Victor Shulsky, son of Shrutmieszcza. Your family is famous for its powerful Tempermancers.
If you're a fan, I'm not one to give autographs.
I am a master of Tempermancy, White Roman, and I challenge you to a duel. Everything is at stake. The winner will be declared King of the Tempermancers.
Is this guy retarded or high? Screw it.
If you insist.
The memorable moment is here. To me, devoted visitors. To me, salutors.
Oh, God.
Ah. So he was high. Got it. So what are we looking at? Resistance to negative states. Doesn't really matter once I steal his focus points. Same deal with this guy. Once his focus is gone, he's a quivering little babby. So what are we looking at in terms of attacks? Explosive shell deals damage and reduces focus. So he's basically got a pop shooter that fires fireworks, I guess? I mean, real fireworks would do actual damage, not just some damage and reducing focus. I'm not worried about this guy. I want the others gone. Yeah, we stand to lose a lot of focus if these other two guys get their turns. So I'm going to have to nip that in the bud at round 2. I could have him dealt with. Actually, getting rid of 2 would be good. This poor Victor's kidneys, they just keep taking bullets, and they don't know why. It just keeps happening to them. It's the weirdest thing. That's going to suck. No turn for you. Break the focus of 25 enemies. Let's see. So the howl would go off. I don't think the guy would come out of breakdown state until his turn comes around. So I'm not worried about him right now. I want this guy to not have his turn. So let's say we do that. And then we go with this. Nope, the howl doesn't. The howl activates too late. Then I've got a better idea. Since I stand to lose focus this turn, actually, I could do this instead. It's a bit of a gamble, but 2 chances at it means we have better... God dang it. Really? 2 50% chances did not work. That is silly. Actually, I think we have time. Instead... Yes, that is the answer. That's the answer. Now that this guy is feeling it, he loses his turn and then a chunk of health for his troubles. No. Instead, you. So, our first plan, take his stuff. Second plan, prevent his next turn. This guy's turn gets interrupted. That would have killed him from full health. Nice, nice. I can't really interrupt this guy. Can I? Actually, I might be able to. I wonder if Mournful Tones works on breakdown state. I'd love to test that out, but really? Of course, it interrupted my turn. Okay, let's say we do this, and then go with the Lelic with this. He gets no turn, and he dies shortly after. I
hope that you also took a valuable and instructive lesson from this.
I accept the title of King of the Tempermancers. I would suggest that neither you nor your salutors strain yourselves anymore.
Your triumph is temporary, Victor Shulsky. I have not yet said my last word.
You just did.
I will find you when you are
Never
ready for
mind.
the next fight.
That's what I'm afraid of. The things people come up with.
Well, frick. Probably wouldn't have been able to get out of that anyway. There were only two options, and based on his attitude after losing, we weren't getting out of it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back. This goes up on Thursday. We'll be back on Monday with another episode of Crazy Crap Keeps Happening and people keep getting punched in the face and or shooting me. Next time. Look, despite how it may seem, I'm not actually complaining about the fights. I actually find the combat in this fun, and because it's on the hard difficulty, difficult. I like it. I really do. And the story is not half bad either. Though given that I'm swapping back and forth between this and another game, keeping track of what's happened in the previous episodes, well, honestly, for the last few episodes, I haven't been doing the story at all, so it's not really that weird that I've forgotten it, or that it exists, or that I was part of it at one point. But I'm dragging this out even longer than it needs to be. Again, the next episode will be on Monday, unless I have somehow misinterpreted what day it is, or what day this is going up. In which case, it'll be on the correct day. Probably. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.